human, machine. We are all one within the iris. Before me, I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that we're going to see 76 more so than at Bastion. Bastion seems to be kind of a desperation move on this map at times, where you'll just run the Mercy Bastion Reinhardt combo and just hope the other team has a difficulty cracking it. Of course, in competitive levels of play, not as difficult to crack as it is in pub levels of play, where that is just a game-winning strategy.
Indeed. So we're getting in here. This is going to be Gibraltar. Map number 3. The series tied 1-1. REUNITED striking back just a moment ago on Hollywood. C9, of course, striking first blood on Kings Row. This is a best of 9 for everything here in the Overkill.GG League. I'm definitely excited to see which of these two teams is going to pull it out here today.
Yeah, defensively, they're queued up on 2 Widowmakers, which would not even surprise me given the roster that they have on Cloud9 here. And I think, yeah, they are going to run 2 Widows. It's going to be Reaver and Grego running Widowmaker. They're going to also run double Winston with Kai and Debit. Adam is going to be playing the solo support and Mercy and Shore4 on that vaunted Soldier 76.
Yeah, and this is interesting to be running a double Widow here. We have seen teams bust out the double Widow at points in the past. A little bit curious to see it here on Gibraltar, but of course, Shore4 holding strong the 76, so at least a few things remain constant. Meanwhile, taking a look here at the offense coming out from REUNITED, they are running a pair of Winstons on Unfixed and Winghaven. Cruz is going to be the Lucio, Volataja on McCree, Morte on Mercy, and Too Easy on Widow. But Too Easy can have his work cut out for him with not 1, but 2 Widowmaker threats on the defense.
Poor Too Easy. If he gets a pick on one of them, he's going to think he won, and then there's a very strong possibility that the other Widow comes in and snipes, and they're actually even staggering their Widows to that effect, as Grego and Shore4 are holding back while Reaver's forward getting damage boosted.
One thing of note, though, I mean, double Winston on the attack can be very, very decisive at moving in, but C9 also reserves the right to jump in on REUNITED. So I think either way, the first fight is going to be very, very decisive in favor of one team or another. But
Yeah.
double Winston sort of necessitates that outcome.
We got quad Winstons on the map. No one going ape just yet as they're giving up the first point for free. Really, the contention comes over second point. Grego and Reaver get 2 picks.
Yeah, very dominant showing here from Grego. Grego going absolutely off, picking off 2 people early on, looking for Too Easy. Too Easy in trouble. Too Easy gonna fight back. But unfortunately for Too Easy, a lot of his team already dead, and the Winstons are moving in. Wow, that was a brutal ragdoll if there ever was one. So Too Easy getting jumped on by Kai to his detriment.
Yeah, and both Reaver and Grego have infrared sight up now, so they're going to be able to stagger those. They're never going to not know where REUNITED is.
Yeah, wall hacks are going to be up all the time. That is the power of Widow's ultimate. Too Easy with the grapple shot, almost takes out Reaver like a star in the night. Not too bad coming out there. And here, wow, very decisive coming in from REUNITED, not wasting any time. They're moving in with this Winston, applying a whole ton of pressure on the C9, pushing them back. But Grego fighting back, going out of his mind as Widowmaker with 2 quick kills. Interesting position from Grego, but it's working. He does have a Winston in his face, going to get taken out with authority by Cruz. And really back and forth on both sides. Interesting look by REUNITED, but I think C9's going to hold this.
Yeah, C9 now has both of the ultimates up for both their Winston. Shore4 has Tactical Visor up. They've been absolutely dominating this double Widow strat. I don't know exactly what the answer is to it. It's kind of the composition they're running, but they might need to put a Genji in here, maybe a second Widow. I don't know. Grego's such a good sniper in his own right. We focus so much on Reaver, but Grego's top 10 too.
Yeah, and the other thing they're going to have to worry about here, too, is Shore4. Shore4 is laying down a ton of damage. I mean, their best hope of doing Shore4 is that Too Easy's going to have to pick him off, but how can Too Easy pick off Shore4 when he's worrying about 2 other Widows? They sort of insulate Shore4 by proxy. And is Grego able to take out Voltage to start out this fight? Tac Visor is down from Shore4 as he's getting bounced around by Winston. Meanwhile, looking more at the main area fighting here. Winston's swarming around the cart for C9. They're really not letting REUNITED push forward at all here. And Too Easy in the back, still on Widow. Not able to get the pickoffs that he wants. 3 kills for C9 thus far. He's able to take out Grego at the end, but he has a Winston in his face. He's going to have to back out.
At a certain
and again, C9 just being a little bit more dominant, and that's all they need.
You have to wonder what Volataja and Cruz are really contributing to this style of fight. I mean, just where Cloud9 wants to fight is not conducive to a Lucio or a McCree being all that valuable. Now they're getting pressure on the cart. They want to force this fight on the ground, but I don't think Cloud9's going to try to fight them on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit awkward here for REUNITED. They gotta do something. They're definitely getting stalled out for way too long right now. They do have... They switched off one Winston to a Reinhardt, so they're giving up a little bit of explosiveness, but now this is going to let the Widowmakers of C9 have even more room to operate. Reaver taking out Morte very quickly there. Surefour in the back, does have Tac Visor up. Again, another Winston ult going down, going to mess with Surefour a bit here. That's one thing that 76 does not have a big answer to. He's in trouble. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight, 4 kills for REUNITED. They're going to clean up the rest of the people there. Surefour gets bopped around the back, ended up getting taken out by Unfixed. Yeah, that's going to be a clean team wipe in favor of REUNITED.
I knew calling out how useful Voltage would get him to go off like that. 4 kills for him there.
The anti-caster curse says Voltage going off again, getting another 2 kills. So Voltage finding his rhythm there.
Yeah, he's just sniping with a 6-shooter. Like, when you have aim as good as Voltage, you don't need a scope.
And Voltage right now just sort of chilling in the room here, waiting for his opportunity, knowing that C9 is going to have to take a little bit here to regroup. Has Deadeye at the ready. And we'll see if C9 can hold here. C9 definitely doesn't want to get bamboozled through this hangar phase too quickly.
Now, they've got some good momentum coming in, though, too, although Debit is going to try to take down the back lines.
You have Surefour with the Tac Visor, looking for what he can get here. Absolutely mowing people down. A little bit of a disorganization coming out here from the side of REUNITED. What a Helix rocket coming up from Surefour. Surefour laying down the pressure, getting assisted by Reaver, who's now McCree. That's going to be a clean team wipe for C9. So a good recovery coming up from them after losing the point right before the hangar.
Yeah, they were able to get some good momentum, and at least the card is pushed to right under the shuttle now. They are going to have to try to find some way to take over the top of the shuttle, as that is exactly where Cloud9 wants to post up. They're damage boosting their 76. That is not a sight that's fun to see.
Oh my god, Surefour absolutely just deleting Unfixed from the game. Beautiful tracking coming out from 76. Debit coming in off the Winston flank. Both C9 Winstons are in. They're cleaving down the REUNITED side, and Tweezy's on a Roadhog, but he is going to be run over here. And just one, but there it is. The resurrection is out. Perhaps there's a little bit of hope yet. It is not high noon. You're going to get hooked back, Reaver. A beautiful hook coming out from Too Easy. And there might be a little bit of life here from REUNITED yet.
Yeah, Winghaven goes in kind of alone. The only one up now is Too Easy. He's going to try to retreat just to not charge up ultimates there. I like the idea of a Roadhog there, kind of being able to change where the fight happens, but at some point they can't just ignore this high ground. They let Surefour and Adam hang out up there the entire time without anyone pressuring them.
Yeah, definitely. And this is it. I mean, REUNITED's had their moments here, but C9 really recovering very effectively overall. We do see Voltage with the Deadeye looking for anything, not going to find what he's looking for. A lot is going to be on Winghaven here to land a good Earth Shatter if they're going to win this next fight.
Yeah, Soundbarrier comes in for both teams, so both teams with giant shields. Winghaven's able to hit his Earth Shatter, takes out Debit.
Gets the 2 kills off that Earth Shatter effectively, but the resurrection going to be coming up from Adam. And Surefour coming in with the Tac Visor, unleashing his pulse rifle everywhere. Too Easy going to be tanking a lot of that, though. So not necessarily the worst, but overall, the flow of the fight not going in favor of REUNITED, and C9 again with another good defense. And they are on the verge here of holding in the hangar phase. They only have to really hold for about maybe 2-3 more team fights, and they'll have it.
Adam's just been hanging out on top of the shuttle, healing everyone from the top of the shuttle. Mana from heaven, as it were. No one's been near touching him. This is one of the knocks on REUNITED, and it has been since they first started playing Overwatch. Are they versatile enough to switch up compositions? And right now, it doesn't look like they really want to switch up or have the answers to it.
And Reaver right now just staying on top will be able to pop Deadeye in this next team fight. Could be popping a moment. Almost takes out Voltage outright with 2 headshots. Voltage is very lucky they didn't die there. Deadeye coming out from Reaver here. Absolutely exploding. Doing tons of damage. Getting 2 kills. And Reaver just making this team fight his own. Just great setup for him. And REUNITED losing very precious time off that push.
I mean, what do you do here? Do you think you change something? It seems like they're just trying the same thing over and over with no results. Too Easy does finally switch. He goes on to a Reaper, which might be a decent answer. I think they need to try to take the high ground, but how do you do it?
I don't know. I mean, that's really difficult to get through. This is one of the challenges of the hangar phase. And the only problem with Reaper here is that I wish Too Easy had gone to it sooner. He might not have the chance to build up his ultimate here with the time that's remaining. But let's take a look at Voltage. We mentioned Voltage, and he'll go off. He's looking for the Deadeye value right here, right now. And instead, he's going to get Helix Rock in the face. Surefour not having any of that. 2 quick kills here for C9. And again, REUNITED being a little bit disorganized here. Surefour, in fact, on a huge kill streak. as Unfixed going to go down in spectacular fashion. Now Reunited down to their last push if they want to get through the hangar phase.
So one thing they have going for him is that Winghaven has his Earthshatter up, although he's not going to be able to get to the shuttle to be able to use it up there. Unfixed does have a Deadeye up, and Morta is able to resurrect. Again, I just don't think they have the heroes to deal with this composition.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need to make something happen sooner rather than later here. This is effectively their last big push. Unfixed might need to get some value on this Deadeye. Winghaven certainly on his shoulders for this Earthshatter, but they're getting just swarmed in this room. It's not working out for them at all. Winghaven going to get mowed down, and C9 just absolutely stymieing the offense of Reunited here. Still a little bit of hope for Reunited, but they're going to need to have things go their way very, very soon.
Well, everyone hits
Death Blossom coming for too easy. The double kill, Unfixed with the double kill Deadeye. That is what they need if they're going to move forward here. The most momentum they've had in a very long time. We'll see if it's enough.
Yeah, 2 Deadeyes and a Death Blossom. They end up getting 4 kills off it. They resurrect the 2 heroes who had fallen. Too Easy's back up in it. They are still holding the high ground, but now it's not that big of a deal. Winghaven alone on the cart, though.
Reaver and C9 are coming back in, though. 2 kills here for C9. They're on the verge of holding 4 kills for C9. Unfixed trying to do what he can do here, but very well might not be enough. A full team wipe in favor of C9. They are going to stop them from getting to the next checkpoint. And though there's a little bit of life from Reunited at the end, it's not enough. And C9 with a very impressive hold.
I have to think that compositionally it was just some bad choices there, and it goes back to things we've heard about Reunited since the beginning of time, is that a lot of these guys are not super comfortable switching off of their main heroes, and even when they were trying out new people on the roster, that was a concern as well, that they kind of were locked into a certain set of heroes they like. They don't necessarily have the versatility of some other teams, and it showed right there. I don't know why you run double McCree into a composition that requires you to really take the high ground. They had some success. They have great McCree players. I just really have questions about the composition they chose to run there.
Back to lobby, please. You got sent back to lobby, then we weren't sent back to lobby.
I blame the moderators, admins.
The moderator has lost control. The game demands that things be played. All right, there we go. We're back in the lobby. So interesting. All right, so Reunited saying they're having a bit of internet problems there towards the end. Hopefully that gets resolved sooner rather than later. So yeah, I mean, for C9, they definitely have a pretty clear path to victory here. All they have to do is either capture the point before the hangar a little bit quicker than Reunited did, or simply just complete the hangar phase period. So 2 paths of victory for C9. I would say they're in pretty good shape here to win Gibraltar and go up 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, Gibraltar and Cloud9 are just becoming synonymous in my book. I haven't seen a team be quite as dominant as Cloud9 has been on this map, and it's really interesting throughout all Overwatch competitive that certain teams and certain maps just kind of go hand in hand, and we've seen them going back to, I think it was like Ghost of Gamers week 8 or weekly 8. I think they played Code 7 on this map, and they had a really cool defense. Or Code 7 might add a defense. I don't know, but Gibraltar and Cloud9 go really well together. A lot of it is because Shore 4 is really good on Soldier 76, and then they have snipers they can put wherever.
Definitely C9, of course, a lot of flexibility in their sniper play.
There's a lot of flexibility in that roster in general. I really think that the lack of flexibility on Reunited absolutely hurt them there. Maybe you're seeing it differently than I am, but I'm just very confused on what they had as far as an answer to that composition they were facing.
I mean, at C9, they just have really, really good positioning. I think really what Reunited was running to begin with, the double Winston, wasn't the worst idea for getting in and challenging things. It's just double Winston is not the easiest to run, especially against a team like C9 that is positioning themselves really, really well. I mean, I don't think, again, the way Gibraltar is, I don't think there's any easy answer to any variant of the crossfire defense, whatever it might be. Of course, initially, you go back to old school Envious, it was 3 Soldier 76s. Now you're getting like 2 Widows and a 76. But either way, because of all the different areas people can position at, it's just difficult to deal with in general.
Yeah, I mean, but you see them defaulting back to kind of their standard and favorite heroes. Winghaven started with the Winston, and when that didn't work, necessarily perfectly, of course, he goes back to his safe place in the Reinhardts. And I don't know, maybe they play a little better when they're on their better heroes, but I think at some point they're going to have to really branch out and deal with these compositions just based on their own composition changing. We'll see what they have here on offense, though, or on defense, rather. It looks like Morte will be playing the Mercy. Cruz on Lucio. I feel confident they will be staying on those heroes. Unfixed is going to be playing the Winston. Winghaven on trusty old Reinhardt. Valutaja, of course, on that McCree. And we'll see what 2EZ wants to come up with on defense. I would not be surprised to see a Widow or a Fair or nearly anything.
2EZ might be going Widow. That would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Especially given the last game where the double Widow on defense was so incredibly useful. Where even if they're not comfortable running 2 Widows, at least run 1. Meanwhile, take a look here at the C9 offense as it sets up. Looks like we're going to be seeing... I'm going to call it right now. Kaikai's going to switch to Winston. We'll probably be seeing double Winston, Devin and Kaikai respectively. Reaver on the Widow, Adam on Mercy, Surefour on McCree, and Grego on the Lucio. That's my guess. I'm sticking with it.
We might see
as far as Kaikai goes. It's not a very risky guess.
It does seem like, you know, Debit would be lonely running the single Winston. You don't often see them run a single Winston from Cloud9. They like to run their apes in pairs.
So here we go. Second half of map number 3 is underway. C9 in a dominant position, looking to go up 2-1 over REUNITED. REUNITED looking to hold. We'll see just how this pans out. Meanwhile, taking a look at Reaver here. Reaver looking for those all-important first picks on Widowmaker. REUNITED not going to make it easy on him, but we've seen Reaver go absolutely crazy on this map before, especially on the attack. We'll see if he's able to get those picks right here and right now.
Yeah, rather uneventful early on, but it looks like defense trying to aggress in as the monkey jumps over top of them. Now skirmish is going on all over the map.
Yep, Winston's a little bit of skirmishing going on. Offensive Winston's in deep, and Morte going to go down quickly. That's a huge loss for the defense. Devin able to take out 2EZ. C9 with 2, now 3 quick kills. Or no resurrection is going to be coming in. Morte dying is a gigantic problem here for the defense. The resurrection instead going to be coming out from Adam. And this is a danger zone here for REUNITED. They could be losing this right here, right now, and it looks like they are.
Yeah, when you see the opposing Mercy go down, you have absolute carte blanche to be able to use your resurrection whenever you want. They took that point extremely quick, of course, faster than REUNITED did, so that's map.
Yeah, I mean, what it came down to is that Morte was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Both Winstons were able to pounce and really capitalize on that mistake, and there was a resurrection up for C9. There was no resurrection up for REUNITED. So C9 up 2-1, and we are going back to Europe.
Yeah, each team holding sway on their respective servers so far, kind of how we predicted it.
And this is, of course, the starting server was decided by coin flip. That'd be the one thing where I'm sure REUNITED would be a little bit salty over, is that if we do go to 9 and C9 wins 9 on NA, we're going to hear about it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, not us, the admins. We have nothing to do with that. You got to play that line, man. It's always
just blame the admins. That's what they're there for.